Hello, world. It's no brainer. We're going live, getting all the bugs out. We finally got the system set up and ready to rock and roll. Obviously, we bought enough likes and spent enough money to get that so we can start doing that.
1,000%.
Thousands of followers. People are, oh, man, I'm not going to say, but I do love haters. I do. We got people talking shite lately, but it's okay. Welcome to the No Brainer Show, where you can talk all the crap you want because we just love it.
So how come I'm on your page? Is it supposed to be live from your page on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I'm not.
Well, where would I see if it's live on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, it shows live on
live.
YouTube.
Yeah, it shows live, and it shows live on Facebook. If you look if you look at my face, I'm looking right at it. But if you look at up in the corner, it says live under my profile picture with me and my beloved, my bride.
Let me turn it up here. All right, you there?
Yeah.
It shows live on YouTube. Oh yeah, YouTube has like
It's a little delay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and my mic's a little louder than yours. You want me to turn it down?
No, I can turn it down over here.
You can?
Yes, man. I have the control board, remember?
Hold on, let me turn it up here.
Hey guys, if you're on and anybody's there, why don't you jump in the live chat and say hi? Derek, why don't you pull up YouTube on your so you can look at it and see if anybody chats on you, boob.
I am. I'm on it right now.
Okay, good.
But no one's on it because we didn't
tell them. That's fine. I mean, nobody knows we're going on. We're just doing this for fun tonight. We're just trying this out, guys. We're going to start doing a live show at least once a week. So if you're watching, hey, welcome. Welcome to the big shoe.
How do I see what's live on Facebook? That's my thing, man. I don't understand.
It's on my page. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, but like, do you go to video and then like, I don't know. Like, I want to be able to see it on Facebook too. It's not on your page, dude.
Well, that's where I'm looking at it. Look.
Okay, hold on. Let me go check that out.
On my page. And it's actually even what's it called? Closed caption.
Really?
Yes.
It's doing it accurately?
Well, I could say something ridiculous like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious and see if it can put that out.
So have you ever tried doing closed captions on so this is a stupid story.
It didn't put it. It didn't put it. No, it tried. It super cala, and then it just stopped. It was just like, shut up, you're an idiot.
My wife likes watching, long distance running, and I do too. And our favorite runners, they're
stop. You watch on TV or live?
Well, both.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
I don't know.
It's the opposite. If you appreciate the sport and do the sport, it's actually more exciting than team sports, to be honest.
I mean, I get it. I get it.
Boy, you're just full of hate today.
No, I didn't understand. I never knew that is there like is it on ESPN Ocho?
No. You have to usually buy it just to like there's a
specific app on Roku called Flow Sports.
Oh yeah, like if we want to watch a marathon, like a London Marathon, typically I have to buy Flow Sports monthly subscription for like $30. Watch the race, just cancel it. I mean, unless it's on TV once in a while, then I can record it.
Do they?
But yeah, a lot of times I have to just pay separate. It kind of sucks because there are Ocho ESPNs, but there's like
on the Ocho,
it's like number 9 out of 8 events, even though it's like 2 in the morning because in London it's 8. It's like what? How could there be 8 world events that are more important than the London Marathon at 2 in the morning in the USA? I just don't think that's possible because there's probably no events going on except maybe on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, in America, but maybe in London there's a cricket match going on. That's
right, but they don't have ESPN Ocho in London. We're talking about the US of A coverage, right?
Yeah, I thought ESPN was worldwide.
Well, I'm sure it is, but what I'm saying is your ESPN doesn't dictate what to watch based on what's important around the world. It dictates what to watch based on what's important in the country in your region. And if it's
I see
2
what you're saying.
a.m. and the number one marathon in the world's going on, there's probably not like 7 other sports or 8 other sports, American sports, that are going on at 2 a.m. that would be more important than that world event. But for some reason, they don't always cover it. So
Unless they go live to the Cabbage Patch for some Jello wrestling or something.
sure.
What? Oh, hey, welcome back. How was your cruise?
Excuse me?
I said, welcome back. How was your cruise?
Great.
Okay, great. Let's get a little detail here. Tell me, you were on the good ship Lollipop, and where'd you go?
Just a minute. I'll tell you in a minute, but like I really want to see your live, and I can't. It's showing me stuff from like 2024. Click video. Okay, I clicked video. Now what?
I don't.
Live below video on the left. Okay, live. There it is. Okay, okay. Okay, so here's this. And then
But you're watching it
the
on YouTube also.
I have it on YouTube, yeah. Just says welcome to our live show.
Welcome to the live show.
And it's YouTube is delayed by like
Yeah, well,
a
that's 'cause
minute.
you say something really ridiculous. They probably 86 you. You know
So
what I
how
need
do
to do? I need to get. I don't know that I need 4 monitors, but I need at least 2 monitors, and that way I can watch other stuff and do a split screen. Because
So
I got
I
this big. I
searched
got
your
this big.
last name by live and I did not find anything.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm looking at it. It says live.
I know, but like I can't see how anyone could find it.
It probably. I thought it would go through the feed. It pops up. It says Zach is live or something. I wonder if we're
Well,
on. I wonder if we're on Instagram too.
I don't know. Check your IG a minute.
Hello, IG. Would it be
Because
on
when
my
I go to
page?
my home videos, it's like stuff from like 3 years ago.
Let's see. Well, why would it be? It's not going to be live
I
on your
don't know,
page.
because I'm an idiot.
It's not going to be live on your page.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is I can't even find it live on your page. You're right there. It says you're my friend.
You
Huh.
got a friend.
Your
In
last
me.
post is from Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. I'm telling you, it's right now live. It's the number 1 post on my page.
That is so weird.
And look, it has 1 like that I didn't pay for.
Bro, I did not like even. Well, can you see chats and stuff on Facebook if you get any?
I think so.
You think so? Let's know so.
Well, how would I know?
I don't. Well, stuff
Nobody's
would
chatting.
pop up. But
Hey,
the
if
thing
anybody's
is,
out
like,
there, chat with us, please, on YouTube or Facebook. Just say hi. You don't got to have a long conversation.
well,
I just
no,
love that.
you should be able to. I don't think anyone's seen it because one, you can't find the Facebook and YouTube. No one knows
Do you hear
we're
it?
even
Listen.
live, but we are, so that's cool. I don't think
Listen.
anyone's seen it
Can you hear
because
it?
one, you can't find the Facebook and YouTube. No one. Is that Instagram?
No, Facebook.
We'll go to Instagram a minute.
It's not. I couldn't find it on Instagram.
No, okay.
I don't.
There
I
is
got.
a.
I
Oh,
think I have to add Instagram to the reels of liveness. So I need to add Twitter and a couple other things. So
oh, you're talking about on our Riverside. Our
yeah.
studio.
I got to add that.
I got you.
got to add them.
I got you.
It takes a minute, I think. And once I got verified, the blue check mark on Facebook and Instagram, I think
Yeah.
now it'll be easily verified, and they'll let us do live stuff
More easily.
just easilier.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You know, my wife's an English teacher. You know, I know how to speak eloquently.
Did she pay for that degree?
She paid for the likes.
I'm sure of it.
100%.
100%.
She paid for the cheering.
Well, that's good. Where's our man Dan the man?
He's a jerk off.
Did he ghost you today?
No, he I don't know. He told me he's super busy and his one of his teeth broke or something, and he's trying to
One of his teeth broke?
his toofuses.
Dude, that sucks.
I think a crown came off or something. Or
Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Especially like if it's at night and you can't get to the dentist like right away, you know?
I don't.
I was gonna talk shit about Dan too, but I can't anymore if his teeth broke.
You can. He doesn't care.
No, his teeth broke, bro. He's got enough.
I would hope he'd pop up. Maybe he would. I sent him the link, but I know he was supposed to talk to Lorianne too.
About what?
Um, oh, it's just some stuff that he's going over with her on a couple things. I
Stuff.
can't go. I don't have permission to speak about it just yet.
That's cool.
Yes.
So how was
I-
graduation?
oh my gosh, dude! I didn't go to graduation.
What do you mean?
I didn't go to the graduation.
Why? Because they only get 7 tickets and you're not a
Five.
top 7?
5 tickets.
You're not a top 5?
Oh, I
Bro.
was no, I was. I didn't want to go because other people went that I didn't want to go with. We'll just leave it at that.
That is so weird. But then you had
And
but
I gave my ticket to Adam so he could go because he didn't we there was not an extra one for him, so I gave it to Adam.
I thought Adam graduated too.
He graduated the night before. He's in a different
What?
degree. Do you know how big UCF is? They got like 40,000 students
Yeah,
graduating.
my college had like that much too. We still had a graduate. Well, let me think about that. Was it
They did
5?
it by degrees. So he got his bachelor's of
But they
art.
still usually do that on the same, don't they?
No,
Maybe
two
not.
separate nights. He got his bachelor of arts and she got her bachelor's of science. So it was two different nights.
I think my school separated it, and we weren't 40,000, but we were like 30,000. I think we
UCF is like
total.
the biggest college in the country, from what I
No,
understand.
it's not,
It
bro. There
is.
are
Look it up.
Texas universities with over 100,000 total students on campus. So no,
Look it
it's
up.
not.
Look it up.
Grand Canyon State University, Grand Canyon Christian University. That is like that's online, but that has like hundreds of thousands, dude.
Look it up. I'm telling you,
No.
UCF has some kind of record for being
Oh,
something.
okay. Let me see total enrollment here.
You were making fun of my hydrated water. Now you're gonna make fun of my daughter's college? Come on now.
I'm not. That's my local school too.
No.
Okay, it is huge.
It's huge. Oh, that's what she said.
It has about 70,000 total and 60,000 are undergraduate. That's very big,
See?
but it's not the largest school
It's the largest,
in Florida. Maybe
maybe Florida. Yeah, maybe Florida. Maybe you're right. How many schools does Michigan have? I mean, students. That's a big school because I mean, shoot,
not probably not that many.
their stadium alone holds 110,000 people.
That doesn't matter. They probably have fewer.
Did you see University of West Virginia the other night? Metallica played there, and
Yes, I did. I did.
set off
If
the
you if
earthquake.
is that because you got that? Because I watch all my YouTube videos on our channel.
It might have came through, and I was like, "Why is this here?"
So all you're gonna see is like Metallica rock concerts and like Dave Portnoy one bite pizza reviews.
Oh,
And
dude,
that was one of them. Like I caught that, and I was like, wait, because I remember like a few months back seeing um an entrance. I don't know if it was Virginia. I forgot. I knew it was some Southern
that's their
school.
entrance. That's their football team's entrance.
Right. Well, I hadn't known that yet, and I remember seeing something months ago with some
Yeah,
college football team entering to enter Sandman. I was like, that's the freaking most hype, incredible entrance of any sports. Maybe with the exception of like the 97, 98 Chicago Bulls or like the 03, 04 Pistons. But that is like top all-time entrances for any team ever. And then, of course, I watch older rock bands, when rock was cool. And for some reason that came up. And then I was like, oh my gosh, they actually did a concert at Lane Stadium. And then I'm like, dude, I want to see some of the original entrances. And I just started watching. I'm like, this is awesome. Like, enter Sandman with the stadium of like, what, 80,000 people? And they're singing it, jumping to like the
they
tom
jump. They
tom
all jump.
during when the toms are going,
Yeah.
in the beginning. It's like it's almost a little creepy
Well,
because the song, the song's
I
kind of
showed,
creepy, and so it makes you intimidated by the players coming out, which is awesome. It's a total like away team intimidation tactic.
yeah. I
It's
showed Jana and
awesome.
Jana's like, no, I can't watch that. I wouldn't go to that. She's like,
What
and
are you
actually
talking
Lorianne's like, I
about?
couldn't be there either
What do you mean you
because
couldn't
I
go
think
to
that the
that?
whole stadium movement scares them.
Okay, time out. I just spilled and poured my heart out to you. Don't you think that's the most awesome entrance ever?
Dude, I don't disagree.
Oh, you just don't want to go there because
No,
you
I
feel
would
like
go
you're
there.
gonna.
I would go there. No, I said I
Hell
showed it
yeah.
to Jana and Lorianne, and they said they wouldn't want to be part of that. That was too
We
much.
should We should go there and live stream from
So,
a. We should do
so
a Hokies entrance and live stream it. That would be awesome.
yeah.
To enter Sandman.
So this is in 1994, 95 when I used to tour with rock bands, and I was touring with Rob Zombie and Pantera. And
Oh yeah, when you were a roadie.
I
Oh
was,
my god, dude, you're right. UCF is like top 3 largest school.
mhm,
No,
okay.
that can't be. Maybe okay. It could be. Listen, I'm going to defend myself. I think maybe I was thinking Texas football stadiums. Like Tennessee. Well, you just said it too. So it's on you too. You said Michigan has to be bigger because they hold 100,000 people in their football stadium, right? And I knew they weren't bigger, and they're not bigger. I
Right.
guess I thought like Texas A&M or UT had like 100,000 students, but they don't. They have actually like 68 whatever, but the Florida has like 3 or 4 in the top 10, like University of Florida, International University, and sure enough, number 2 in the nation. Number 1 is Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia, 79K total. That's
which is
undergraduate plus masters.
which is interesting.
UCF 68,000, number 2.
You know,
Bigger than Ohio State at 61. That's insane.
Liberty University is a Christian college. That's pretty crazy. It's a Christian school. It's the number one largest school in America.
Well, there's Christians in America.
You think? I thought
Well,
we
that's
were.
what I said. That Grand Canyon University, that online, that's a
Yeah, but
Christian
that's
school
online.
too. It's private too.
That's like Phoenix. You know, Phoenix is the largest probably online school.
Yeah, I'm not going to knock the validity of the actual university, but um, okay. So
You're getting a call, Derek. You're getting a call. Shut it off. There, you went away. Where'd you go? You got to send your call away because I can't hear you. It's your phone. Oh, you got to love live stuff when we have technical situations, folks. You know, this is why we have an editor and she edits this stuff out so you don't get to see behind the scenes. But tonight you get to see behind the scenes when all the trash happens. We're just a bunch of buffoons. I've been telling Derek to get a camera, but he likes using his phone. He believes his iPhone has a better camera. I don't know. What do you guys think? I should do a poll. I should dance on a pole. No, I shouldn't. Hey, have you been to Buc-ee's? That's the spot. You got to go. It is I mean, it's just phenomenal. I love it. Are you back?
I'm back, dude. I don't know what happened. I think like I had
You
like
got
a
a phone call.
no. I had an alarm or something.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So,
have to just.
so anyway, let me finish. I was working with White Zombie and it was White Zombie then. It wasn't just Rob Zombie. It was White Zombie and Pantera. And we're good friends with Pantera. My partner and I did a lot of shows with them.
Wasn't
But
that Dimebag Daryl?
yeah. Oh yeah, I knew all of them. Phil,
But he died.
Vinny died also. The only one that's left is
Yes.
Phil and Rex. The
Did
big
they get shot?
Dimebag got shot. Phil got shot. No, Dimebag Daryl got shot, and Vinny.
Yeah.
I think Vinny died of. I'd have to look it up. It was either cancer or an overdose, one of the two.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. But I was with the bass player for White Zombie. Her name was Sean. She was a tiny little chick, played the bass, and she was really really cool. And when she was on stage, I had to be right behind her bass rack, within arm's reach of her at all times, because she was honestly, it's funny. She was scared of the crowd. She didn't like when people got up on stage. So if someone got up on stage, first thing I'd have to just pull her back or get in front of her or whatever. But just before they start this one song, they she looks at me and she's like this, and she tells me, look at the audience. And I'm like, what's going on? She goes nothing, just watch the audience, just calm down, watch the audience. And all of a sudden they start into Thunder Kiss 69. Dun, 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 dun. As soon as they did that, the whole stadium's going up and down, the entire stadium, every kid in the whole place is jumping. And I'm like, the realization came to me going, oh, we're gonna die. Yeah, we're dying tonight. They're
Was
gonna rush.
sounded like an earthquake or something?
Oh, dude, the whole stadium is just going. I mean, like the whole roof's gonna fall in. We're gonna die. They're gonna rage. I mean, there was if they at one point decided to go, you know what, let's rush the stage, there would have been absolutely nothing we could have done. Zero.
I got you.
It was crazy though, but that was the coolest scene, just to watch the whole stadium just up
So
up and
that's why
down.
you don't want to see Virginia Tech.
No, I said I would go. Lorianne and Jana, not me. I love crowds. Crowds are my favorite. They
What
hate
kind of
crowds.
person doesn't want to see that one, just that one intro though? That's just that.
She's I don't know. She's scared. She's a scared mister. I'm a scared.
Okay, so totally makes sense. Like I said, my school 25, 30,000 total students. I think we did I don't even think I did my graduation. That's crazy. Um but I think we did it by the schools. So like the School of Business, the School of Medicine, I think they did it that way. Um but it was also in an arena with 12,000 people. So let's say if you have 20,000 undergraduates total, that means only 5,000 are graduating that year. So 7 tickets per person's 35,000. So they would have had to split it up maybe in like 2 or 3 waves. But yeah, UCF would have 60,000 kids, so 15,000 graduated times 5 tickets, 75,000 people total, which means they'd have to split it up. Where did they do it, at the football stadium? You
I
don't even
No,
know?
no, no, no. The basketball, the arena.
Okay, so their basketball stadium holds what? Maybe 5,000? I don't know. It's D1. Is it D1 yet? Yeah. Are they
Yeah.
D1 yet? Is UCF D1?
I don't know.
I thought they were now.
They're Big 12. I know that football.
So yeah, you'd have to divide it up like crazy, because there
Yeah,
could be
I
as
think they
many as
had three
70,
or four different.
75,000 spectators.
I think they had 3 or 4 different graduations.
No, they'd have to have more.
Yeah. So anyway, they were doing it by so Adam graduated on Friday because he got his Bachelor of Arts, and
That's
then
kind of cool.
Jana graduated Saturday. She got her Bachelor of Science because
That's
it's
cool.
or because she's a psychology degree. And but yeah, anyway, the graduation was great. I went shooting all day.
Why?
I went with Adam's dad, my buddy Bob, and Jake, my son-in-law.
You didn't. Why didn't you invite me?
You were on a cruise, dipshit.
You were just like, it's funny. We hadn't talked in like a day or two, and I was like, oh no, our relationship's going south. So I texted you, and then you're like, you were so cold too, and I think it was because you were just like probably you probably had your like headphones and like glasses on and stuff. I'm sure you were in between like loads, but you're
Whoa.
just like,
I
I'm
was
at the
shooting a
range.
gun. Make sure we emphasize I was shooting a gun. I wasn't
Right.
filming a
Shooting
porn.
gun. I was like, oh, okay, you can go now.
Yeah. No, you were on a cruise, man. How am I going to invite you to go shooting? You couldn't make it.
I would have still come, dude.
You would have swam back from Jamaica
Eesh, I take that back.
or Cozumel or wherever the heck you were. No, you were in, was it Cancun?
No, 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 no. We did I guess the itinerary was hop on at Port Canaveral, cruise all that day, cruise all the next day, which was cool. Get to know the ship for a full day and a half,
It's a
two
big
days.
ship too, right?
I mean, by Disney standards, yes. By other cruise lines, normal.
Speaking of
Disney's got
Disney,
like they got a
I
couple
was trying to get a
2,500.
I was
Huh?
trying to get a surprise guest on tonight, but he's hello, folks. He's working for the mouse.
Who is?
Who works at Disney?
TRIP?
Yeah, I was going to get
He
him
was
on
going
the
to come
show.
on tonight?
Yeah, no, he's working, so he can't. I was
No,
going
I
to
know.
surprise everybody and bring our old pal on and make fun of him for a little bit.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, we should do like a pre-planned beefing. We should map that out because that's kind of like what everyone does, for
It,
publicity to get
it
you free. Like
it popped up in my head as we were going live.
that's
So
how you get cross-audience engagements when you have like the pre and you just don't tell anyone, but you go at it for like 3 years and the whole time it's just a whole like act. Yeah, that's how beefs work, man. Like in rap and wrestling, and well, wrestling's obviously not real, but um,
anyway, finish your itinerary.
oh yeah, so it was cool. It's pretty chill, like which is what we wanted because this is a new ship. So we've been on every Disney ship once, but this is their newest one that started sailing earlier this year. So
But
we kind of we do,
it's
huh?
not their biggest.
It is also their biggest, right? As of
Okay.
now, they're building another one in Singapore that'll hold 6,000 people for the Chinese market. That's going to be a mega ship, but
6,000 people. Holy Moses.
yeah, so that would be considered like big by any cruise line, very big. I would say the larger cruise lines, it's pretty normal to have 3 to 4,000
Right.
people. Where Disney, it's like 25 to 35, but this new ship they decided to pack 4,000, and it definitely felt like four instead of 35.
Really?
A little bit, yeah. I would have been a little happier at 35, but because Disney's usually like a little more intimate because they don't have like on their pool deck there might be five options, whereas like Carnival or Royal Caribbean might have like eight, right? So you expect these hordes of people on those cruise lines, but you also have so many options. It's ridiculous. Well, Disney, by packing an extra 500 people, it goes from like pretty much being able to go get whatever you want pretty reasonably to like lunchtime is packed, so you kind of wait. So that was the first time we experienced on that ship, but luckily for us, we do things at weird times, so we do okay. But full day at sea, then we went all the way west to Cozumel, which is an island right off the coast of Cancun slash Playa del Carmen, and then we just did a day trip there, saw the ruins, um, went to a cacao. I don't know if you call it factory, but production area thing. Tasted that, and then one of their private beaches just to hang out for a second, and then we cruised to Grand Cayman, which Grand Cayman I have never been. It is a beautiful island with a strange mix of people. Like they're like total Oreo people, which is weird and which is cool though. They're kind of Dutch and British, and somebody is pouring tons of money into that island because usually these islands have really crappy infrastructure, except
Right.
maybe the port.
Right.
This island, oh my gosh, every building brand new, metal roofs, just it was insane. Like it was the
Where is the
nicest,
Cayman Islands?
huh?
Where is the Cayman?
So they're kind of like they're kind of like Central Caribbean Sea.
Okay.
So like they're not super far. It's like they're almost smack dab in the middle, I want to say. So we cruised east there, and then we did a swam with dolphins and stingrays over there, and then we cruised up to Jamaica, and we did their. They had an old plantation where you could do ropes course and all that kind of fun stuff.
Was that your
And
first
then,
time to Jamaica?
what's that?
Was that your first time to Jamaica?
Yes. It was at Falmouth, so it wasn't like near like Kingston or anything like that. It was pretty quiet area where the port is, which is cool because I think the busier areas are kind of dangerous nowadays.
Is it
And
Ocho Rios in Jamaica?
who?
Is it Ocho Rios?
Who's Ocho Rios?
No, the town. There's a town in Jamaica called Ocho Rios, I think.
Oh, there might be. I don't know.
I've never been. Bahamas is the only island I've been to.
But when you cruise to an island, you don't really see the island. You're there for 8 hours, so it's not like you're
Right.
actually there. I hardly even consider it visiting. I mean, it is, but it's not like you're there for a week, exploring. You're just doing an excursion, then you're maybe doing some shopping in the port for a t-shirt, and then you're done. So we did that, and then full day at sea over to Disney's one of their private islands, Castaway Key, which is just east of where we live by maybe 80, 90 miles. and then you do a day there where you can do jet skis or whatever. But we just chilled this time, just hung out, which was really nice. Had a drink, just and then they spend the whole evening night cruising back, but at like quarter speed because if they wanted, they could get back from the eastern Bahamas to Port Canaveral in like 3 hours if they wanted.
Yeah.
But they just go lollygag around, give you a little extra time. So it was just actually no, I think it was like was it 6 or 7 nights? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 7 night, yeah. Wow. Usually we only do like 4 or 5 night shorter ones, but
well, we did the 3-day cruise back in the day. We went to the Bahamas, Nassau.
Yep.
Which is
it's a lot worse now.
Yeah.
It's a dump.
Paradise Island's much better.
Well, it's part of Nassau.
But it's different. Go to
right.
Atlantis.
That's
Anyway,
where Atlantis
we went
is,
there.
right?
Yeah, Atlantis is there. We went there, and the kids, actually, some of the kids went with LA's brother, BC, and they went to Atlantis, and they went down, the water tube and all that stuff over there, and the water park. And then Jana, LA.
Aqua Adventure.
Yeah, Jana, LA, and I went to go swim with the dolphins. And as we're heading out, we're on this metal skiff, and lightning is striking everywhere, and we're like, we're gonna die. Let's
awesome.
Go. Yeah. So we didn't get to go swim with the dolphins.
That sucks.
Yeah. So then we left the Bahamas. I've never been to the Bahamas before when it rained. Every time I go to the Bahamas, it's gorgeous, and this time it was like an afternoon, like yesterday. And then we left there and went to Coco Cay.
Which, is that Royal Caribbean's private island?
Yeah.
That's that's within 5 miles of Disney's islands too. They're all in the same area.
They're all right there together. Yeah.
By Eleuthera or Eleuthera /
And I think it's a Bahamian island, right?
What?
The Coco Cay.
Yeah, they're north of Nassau. They're those are the islands. Like if you went directly east of Port Canaveral, just straight east, not even north or south, then there's a clump of islands like Abaco is the main one, where all the workers live, and then Disney's got 2, Royal Caribbean's probably got 2 as well, and whoever else has them, but they're all in the same vicinity. Yeah,
and it was kind of cool. I mean, I don't know that we needed to cruise the whole night to get there. Obviously, they must have been going a half a mile an hour backwards.
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah.
But it was cool. We get there, go have a big barbecue. The kids went parasailing. And I got to find the video. It's kind of a funny video. Me and Lorianne did a video. We weren't going to leave the island. We're like, we're not leaving. The ship's over there. It's going away. We're not going. We're staying. But then, we had to leave. But and then we went to Key West.
Oh, cool.
I got to tell you what. Out of everywhere, Key West was the best.
Key West is awesome, man. It's just a bunch of happy 65-year-olds walking around with beer and bags.
I love it.
Happy drunk instead of aggressive drunk. I love it.
Right.
When you have a bunch of 65-year-olds and gay people walking around with booze, it's a lot more fun than a bunch of pubescent college dudes with booze getting all aggressive in your face.
Right.
Hey, bro, want to fight? No, not really. I want to just have a fun time, bro.
Not really. I'm just going to Margaritaville to get a burger, so get out of my way. But we ate, Lorianne and I ate at Sloppy Joe's.
Oh, yeah.
And then we walked down and went to the Key Lime Pie Factory. And
yep.
Because I love key lime pie.
Best key lime pie and seafood is definitely in Key West. They have it's very surprising. Like I've been in places that are world known for seafood, but Key West is right up there.
No. Like, surprising is the chickens walking around.
Yeah.
You're inside a restaurant and a chicken walks and you're like, what are you doing, dude?
And the cats.
Is that dinner? Yeah, Hemingway's 6-toed cats or whatever.
We went there for my wife's birthday 4 years ago, and we stayed like 3 or 4 days. And it was awesome, man. Like we went to the Hemingway house, the southern point, and then our southernmost. But then Hog's Breath is another well-known. You see a lot of people with their shirts on.
Yep, Hog's Breath. Their pulled pork sandwich was phenomenal. It was really good.
Yeah, it's real cool. It's kind of loud, but like it's just part of the atmosphere.
That doesn't faze me.
No. And then Mallory Square, bro. Mallory Square, where all the performers are, where you watch the sunset.
Yep.
Tell you what, I have had.
Is that where the buoy is, where it says mile marker 1 or whatever?
No, that's the southernmost point. Mallory Square is kind of probably 4 miles from there. It's where everyone goes to watch the sunset and all the street performers are in the square.
We were back on the ship, so I guess I
You
didn't see that.
definitely, I know you went to Mallory Square. I know you did.
And we took like this. It looked like a trolley. It was a red trolley that drove
Yeah.
around like a tour. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it was
do.
good. I had a really good time. I told Lorianne, I said that if I want to stay in Florida when we get old, and this is where we should live, and she's like, no, we're not moving to the Key West. Then I started looking at real estate down there, and you can get a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 400 square feet for 2.2 million or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, I'm good.
Yeah. No, you can't live there.
No, but what I wanted to do, well,
But I
Lorianne,
would, dude. I would live there if I had the chance to like live there for like 3 years. I would do it.
I can't remember if it was Punta Gorda or Fort Myers, wherever LA's mom and dad lived.
You don't know if they lived in Fort
No,
Myers or the
they lived in
Dominican
both. I
or.
don't remember
Oh,
which
I'm sorry. I
one.
was thinking Punta Cana. Punta Gorda is a Florida island.
No, Punta Gorda is just a little town above Fort Myers. It's
It
right
has to be
by.
an island.
No, it's not an island.
That's Punta, or
It's
is
the
that
point.
Gorda?
Point means the big point. Gorda.
What's Gorda?
Fat. Gorda. Big. The big
Big
point.
point.
Yeah, it's a point that sticks out. Anyway, they
So
used to live
Virgin
there.
Gorda is Big Virgin.
No, the big point.
Yeah, that's Punta Gorda. But I've been to Virgin Gorda. If that means Big Virgin.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why
Wow.
it's still a virgin.
Man, we got to get into naming things, man. That's like the greatest thing. All you got to do is get drunk and just throw names at the wall.
So they have a catamaran, and like I said, I don't remember if it was from Punta Gorda or Fort
Yeah.
Myers, but they have a catamaran that goes down to Key West. It takes you down there for the sunset cruise. You spend the night down in Key West, and then it brings you back the next day. And I was like, we always wanted to do that, but
Oh, you got to do that.
yeah,
Do that.
No, actually, I was gonna say nobody lives down there, but my daughter and son-in-law live there, so
Do it.
I'm gonna.
You don't have to live there to do it.
No, it's somewhere to stay though. I don't want to just drive down, do that for one night, and then drive back.
Why not?
I mean, I've done it before.
2.5, 3 hour drive.
I literally drove to. We drove to Punta Gorda to pick something up from LA's mom, and then drove back, and that was a long freaking day.
Yeah, but that's like 3 hours each way.
And then we did it when she was in Fort Myers after her mom passed. We drove down, packed all the stuff all day long, emptied out her mom's apartment, her condo, and then drove back that night. I didn't get home till about 5 in the morning. Oh, I don't even know how I made it.
I mean, when we lived in Grand Rapids, we used to do Detroit and back any day. Like I'd go to Detroit and back once every week or two for work. That was 3 hours there, 3 hours back, and then Chicago we would go.
How far?
Not all the time, but once in a while, do a concert and drive back same night.
How far was that from you?
Hours wise?
Yeah,
2.5, 3 hours each one.
Yeah, here's a crazy story. I did not realize. I don't know the Midwest. I don't know my geography, obviously, but my best friend went to chiropractor college in St. Louis.
Okay.
And I went out to visit him for a couple weeks, and it was at the same time my sister was graduating from college, and she graduated up in Chicago.
Yeah.
And my parents called and said, "Are you guys coming up for the graduation?" And I said, "Wes, my parents want us to go to Chicago." He's like, "All right, let's go." I'm like, "What do you mean, let's go?" He's like, "Dude, it's like 2.5 hours up the road." I go, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yes." I'm like, I had no idea that St. Louis was that close to Chicago.
Oh, it's so close.
I'm thinking St. Louis is way over here and Chicago's way over here. No, they're.
What is that? You take 55 or 59, one of those two.
Dude, this is 1992. I don't remember.
Yeah. It's actually a nice drive.
90, 88, 89.
It's actually a nice drive, man.
Yeah, 92. She graduated in 92. It wasn't bad, We drove up in his 78 Dodge Duster, and
I mean, it would be it would be quite a while on a Dodge Duster, but
no air conditioning. We were doing C90, crank and do 90, crank the windows and do 90. Yeah, we were sweating like oxen, but my parents put us up at a nice hotel. They brought change of clothes for both of us, and we showered up, went to the graduation. It was a good time. Had some deep dish pizza.
Oh yeah, Uno or Giordano.
I wanted to ask you. I don't remember which one it was.
Giordano,
I think.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you a question.
Yo.
You're from close to Detroit.
Detroit.
Have you
Smack between Detroit and Chi-Town. Smack dab between them.
So Do you like Detroit style pizza?
Yes,
I
it's not my
found
go-to, but if you give like if you're a Buddy's pizza, you're talking about like square deep dish essentially with a
yes.
fluffy crust.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I
I
rarely eat
found a
it.
restaurant out by UCF that we went to after Adam had a
I mean, you could go to Jet's Pizza, and it's as good as any Detroit style pizza.
oh, this place was really good.
Or do we not have Jets down here?
I gotta yeah, we do have Jets.
Or you can get a Little Caesars deep dish, and Little Caesars based out of Detroit, and honestly, like it's about as good as Buddy's. I'm
uh,
probably gonna get shot for saying that, but I've had Buddy's.
I can't think of the name of this place. Dad gummit.
I wouldn't go out of my way for.
Anyway, there was this restaurant out by UCF. We went there after Adam's recital,
That's
and
cool.
it wasn't bad. I actually enjoyed it. I got just a one person pizza. You get your personal pizza or
It's
whatever.
real heavy.
I couldn't eat. Yeah, I ate maybe a slice and a half.
Well, Giordano's is super heavy. You can eat
Dude,
about one
Giordano's is
slice.
ridiculous. It's like eating a cheesecake. It was
The
like that.
Detroit
It was
style,
so
like
thick.
it's not as heavy because a good Detroit is usually actually like it's almost a little fluffy under that
It
carrot
is.
there.
It
But
is fluffy, and and they put like some interesting stuff on it. Like the one I got was pepperoni, hot honey, and they squirted regatta on it.
the hot honey isn't necessarily native Detroit, but what they'll do, it's kind of a I don't know why people do it. It's good, but like it's not necessarily a very
Well, I'll tell you
traditional.
what.
But what they'll do for that is sometimes they'll put like a lot of dollops of sauce actually on top of the cheese,
Oh, they put regatta on instead of
just like
dollops.
kind of like yeah, just like Giordano's does.
But
One of the better pizzas, bro. If you go to Giordano's, I mean, you obviously have to get a pie and you eat like two pieces together with your wife, and that's all you can stomach. But if you get one of their thin crust is kind of the same thickness as like a normal pizza, and it's so good. Like it's super crispy, super cheesy, super saucy, not soggy. The Giordano's thin crust is great, but it's not like a New Haven style or a Sicilian or a thin and crispy. It's just like a crispy normal slice. It's like if you got a normal slice of pizza, but it was actually had a crispy crust.
I don't like crispy.
Well, you would find it very unique and refreshing. I can tell you that. There's no flop
I
or
mean,
anything. So
I'll try it, but don't get me wrong. I when I watch Dave Portnoy, I disagree with him because to me he doesn't know pizza. I don't care how many slices he had.
well, he does. He prefers New Haven.
Yeah, I because I
So what's your favorite pizza that I would know of? Like if you ate like just a chain, what would you prefer?
oh I well first of all I don't like chains.
Okay, I know you're
But
high
if
class.
you got to go with a chain pizzeria, probably Papa John's would be, to me would be the best out of Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's. Papa John's probably the
Domino's has like improved their sauce now to where it used to be Domino's was great for a slice, and by the second you thought you were drinking cough syrup.
best.
They came out with a new deep dish. And we're like, oh, or I'm sorry, stuffed crust.
Yeah,
So like 3 weeks ago, we're like, let's try it in a thin, and it was great. Surprisingly, it was great. It was very like improved. Like
Pizza Hut had
so heavy, bro.
no, but their sauce gave me heartburn every time I
And their
ate it.
sauce too is like so sweet.
Maybe that's what it was, but whatever it is, it would give me freaking agina like you wouldn't believe. I'm a Jersey
Honestly,
pizza
Little
guy.
Caesars is the best pizza like anywhere in the
I
world.
like I like my pepperoni. I like the pepperoni oil running down my arm.
Okay.
I like a hot Italian sausage and
Yeah, you do.
onion.
Have you ever had Donato's pizza when it was actually a thing?
No.
It was a big chain in the Midwest. Now it's pretty limited, but they have a real greasy, thin and crispy pepperoni pizza, and it's hard to find. Um, but I love the pizza thing. I love watching that because like I'm like, okay, Dave Portnoy, he's eaten more pizza than anyone. 100% true, right? But I've eaten pizza in more places around the entire world from a greater sampling of the population than he has, or probably a lot of different people, including many, 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 many places in Italy. Catania, Siracusa, Palermo. A Napoli.
Napoli is supposed to be the best.
Okay, well, Roma. I've what else did I have? Milan, Venice. I've had it everywhere in Italy, and I think the best pizza in the world is Little Caesars.
You need to be. I need to just end the show right now.
When you get a sauce that like is actually has that type. Now, no, okay, not the best in the world. Like I think there's some.
Have you had Jersey pizza?
Are you being in general? In general?
Jersey pizza in general, yeah, from New
Yeah, yeah, it's
Jersey.
great.
A
But like I've been
little
to like
mom and
Joe's
pop.
in New York, the classic, and I'm like,
Forget
I eat
about
it,
it.
and I'm like, this is
New
good,
York
but
pizza.
like
New York
whatever.
pizza can't compete with Jersey. We're better. But
Okay.
here's funny thing.
So you're like Portnoy.
I'm a total Jersey boy when it comes to pizza. Yeah, yeah. I guess I'm very particular. Um, our bagels are the best. Our pizza is the best. I used to think dirty water dogs in New York were the best till I went to Chicago. Chicago hot dogs, hand down, best hot dogs in the world.
Yeah, yeah, but you
Slap
could
that, slap
and you
that
could get
green crap
Portillo's
on it.
here in Orlando now.
I'm not a fan of the what is it? The Italian meat sandwich or whatever they said Chicago has. Italian
Mm.
beef. And he went away. There you are. Will you just put that thing on mute? All right. You're mute. I can't hear you. Nope. See, folks, this is why you always have a camera and not an iPhone. Because people will call you. I guarantee you. Every time. It always happens. That's why we have an editor. They edit this stuff out. It normally doesn't mute him, though. I don't know why it's doing that. Hey, guys, if you're listening, chime in on your favorite pizza. I'd love to know. I really, really, I'm very particular because I'm from Jersey, so we're a little we're a little biased when it comes to our pizza. I've had some great pizza everywhere. Don't get me wrong. The worst pizza I ever had, probably in England. I went to a Pizza Hut and we ordered a meat and cheese and whatever. It was a veggie lovers and it was terrible. Oh, worst pizza ever.
Where at?
England, London. We were by Virgin Records. There's a Pizza Hut right there.
Yeah, probably would be the best pizza.
It was the worst. Like we got like a veggie lover or a ultimate with everything on it, and then a meat lovers, right? The
Yeah.
vegetables, it's like they just sliced like the peppers. It was big hunks of they weren't even skinny little slices. They were just like big hunks of pepper, and oh, it was terrible. But actually, no, the worst pizza I ever had was in this pizzeria. It wasn't even a pizzeria. It was like a diner. I don't know what the heck it was. Anyway, it was in Gilcrest, California. We were driving up towards Northern Cali, and we stopped at this restaurant, and they world famous pizza, Jersey style, New York style pizza, blah 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 blah
In
blah.
California.
Yeah, and it blew. It was literally like someone took a Thomas English muffin, smeared some ketchup on it, and some yellow
I can
cheese.
guarantee you anything that you're having from a different culture in a different region isn't world famous. The original is.
Yes.
Like the New Haven and the New Jersey pizza, it might be world famous in some regard, but the same pizza served in California is not world famous.
And they don't have the water we had, but that's
We don't call it like New Jersey pizza served in California famous.
right.
It,
I
it
don't
could be it could be just as good.
I don't get a Southern California Baja fish taco down at the Jersey Shore
Right.
because
You get it in San Diego.
I go to San Diego. I never liked
I
fish.
usually go to San Diego for a day to get one and come back.
I never liked fish until I went to San Diego and had a fish taco and was like, dude, this is the best. I've never had anything so
Was that
delicious.
before or after Key West?
No, San Diego was years ago. I haven't been to California since.
So you did have seafood in Key West.
No, we were there for just a day. I ate it.
Bro,
I ate
what
it
are you
hog's breath.
doing?
Or
You
did
ate
I?
a hog's,
Maybe
you ate
we
a
might have
hog's
had
breath
some.
and sloppy Joe?
We might have had some conch, actually.
Conch.
Some conch, some fried conch.
I don't know if you can eat conch in the States.
Yeah, you get some fried conch. They got it at Bahama Breeze.
Conch salad.
I just get the fried conch.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't even know what a conch is. It's from it's a big shell, right?
You don't know what a conch is? It's the big swirl
That's what I'm
shells
saying.
that
It's
you
a big
hold up and you
shell.
can blow
Yeah.
out of. It's the oyster or the clam inside of that.
Dude, they just oh my gosh. I'm reading the what do you call it? This the closed caption.
Yeah, what'd it say?
Cock salad.
Ha yes! You like fried cock.
Did you have cock salad? I did.
Hey, you
Thanks.
guys got fried cock here?
Have you ever been to Bahama Breeze?
No.
No.
Why would I?
They make these coconut battered onion rings that are
Oh, that sounds cool.
freaking amazing. And it's a tower. It's like
I feel like it's one of those places that you go a couple times and find it like the most amazing ever, and then realize it's just like a total commodity after a while.
you go to Bahama Breeze, you
Like
realize
Cheesecake Factory.
I love Cheesecake Factory. Actually, that's my
do
favorite
too.
restaurant.
I would say yeah, I love it.
Their menu is like you could
We
eat
used to
one
go to
thing and
Cheesecake Factory.
probably take
We
a
used to
beer.
drive to Chicago for the weekend, not just to, but for one reason to go to the Cheesecake Factory as a focal point of food.
Right.
And now they're everywhere.
Right.
Um, now we have them in our backyard here in Orlando, but like they also opened a place called Grand Lux Cafe that they have in Chicago and Las Vegas,
Uh-huh.
and probably everywhere now, and both are just so good. We were in West Palm Beach last March for my wife's birthday for a couple days, and we were walking around at night in the square. There's all kinds of restaurants and bars, and hey, we could go anywhere, blah blah blah. After about an hour walking around, let's go to that Cheesecake Factory.
First time I ate at a Chili's was in 1984
Yeah.
in Flagstaff. I'd never heard of it, and it was like I thought it was the most amazing restaurant on the planet.
Oh, and and now they made a huge comeback, bro.
And then the second time I remember eating at it because we didn't have them in Jersey, right? We were in
Right.
Chicago. And we went to Chili's in Chicago, and I was like, "This is the place we went to in Arizona. Oh my gosh, this place is amazing!" Now there's Chili's everywhere.
Yeah.
But they had the fajitas and the
But
big.
Chili's has some of the best chips and salsa in the world.
Yeah, their chips are good.
In the world.
They
They're
are.
salsa, dude.
I like They used to do the table made guacamole where they come out and make the guacamole at the table.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore, but their guac was the best guac.
They do that at Rocco's Tacos.
I've never
You ever
eaten
been
that.
there?
That's
Sand
the one
Lake.
down on Sand Lake, right?
Yeah, they got a couple locations in the state, but the big one is in Sand Lake.
My
And
favorite restaurant in Sand Lake is Eddie V's.
well, Eddie V's that's a uh Darden
It's a chop house.
rest. That's just a Darden chain restaurant too, but they're good. But
Oh well, I mean, to me their steak is phenomenal.
there's an Italian place on Sand Lake called Cristini's, and it's a family
I've
restaurant.
eaten there.
Cristini's kicks ass.
Yeah,
And
actually,
it's like the old school, like the guys are all in like suit and tie and like the real dark ambiance, and it's one of the few places you can go in the States, get Italian food and not feel like Grimace the purple monster when you leave with bloat. Like, because the food is actually like
right.
relatively authentic, relatively not preserved. One of the better ones in America, but more comparable to like European style.
So this is before 9/11. So this is back in '99. I think I was working for the Marriott, and I was a food and beverage manager, and I became friends with a guest. He was there for a convention or something, and he would eat in my restaurant. And we got to talking, and he's like, "Have you ever been to this Italian place called Cristini's?" And I was like, "No, where's that?" He's like, "I'm going to take you and your wife there before I go back home." I didn't think anything of it. Whatever, people say they're going to do stuff all the time. Anyway, he did. He came down one night, and he's like, "Call your wife, let's go." I was like, "All right, we'll go." And I was getting off work, so we went, and yeah, it was well worth it. That place
It
was
was good.
delicious. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
honestly, for the price isn't like as bad as
he paid it. He picked up the tab. I didn't even see the tab. He picked it up. So
I
don't
went
even
there
remember.
maybe 6 or 7 months ago with 2 people for work, and I picked up the tab and we had dinner and a bottle of wine and everything, and I want to say it was after tip total probably high 200s, but again, 3 really nice meals, a bottle of wine and a tip, and it was, you could have paid double.
I went to the Capitol Grill one time with
Yeah,
these
that's
two,
quite a place too.
with these
That's
two
a
girls.
Darden restaurant too, dude.
Darden owns everything.
They own everything, man. This is like a free commercial for them.
Yep. But we went to the Capitol Grill, me and these two girls that I was friends with, and we didn't drink. It was just food, no alcohol, and with tip, I think it was $380 or something.
Yeah, it's expensive.
I know. I have a friend who actually is a server there. She's been a server there for a long, long time, and she
Probably
makes
makes a ton of money.
great living. Great living. Yeah.
Well, I think about there's a place at Disney Contemporary called the California Grill.
Yep.
You've heard of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, it used to be you would go there with 2 people, and it was like maybe $150. Well, now it's for quite a while. It's been a prefix menu, and essentially it's gonna come out to right around without drinks about $100 a person.
Right.
So it's prefix, so it's pretty easy. You don't have a whole lot of choices. We went there with my wife and her mother last July. I don't think we got drinks, but it's like 300 plus tax plus tip. You're going to be 3 people. You're going to be out of there for $400. Okay, maybe an hour and a half. Easiest wait job in the world, and you're getting a tip of like $80, $100, and he's serving 5 tables at once because it's so simple.
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking, holy shit! If he's working 5 to 10, whatever, or let's say a 6-hour shift, and he's popping out, let's say 6 tables an hour, dude's racking. I mean, we won't say, sorry, not 6 tables an hour. Let's say 3 tables an hour, 6 every 2 hours. That's still like, bro's walking away with well over $1,000 that night.
So
Granted, you got to work 30 years to get in there as a server, but these people are working 4 nights a week, probably 30 hours, and they're probably taking home 150, 200K, and a lot of it's not, it's under the table, it's cash.
so the realization struck me that management sucks, because when I worked for Planet Hollywood, I was a floor manager at Planet Hollywood, and we were slaves. That's a machine. I don't care who you are. I don't care how long you've been in the business. It's going to chew you up and spit you out. If you're not ready for it, it will kill you.
Yeah.
And when I was, so I ran the
At Disney
floor.
Springs, right?
Yeah.
At
But
Disney
when
Springs.
I was there, it was called
Pleasure Island?
Downtown Disney, Pleasure Island, and then Downtown Disney.
When did you work there? What year?
01.
Yeah,
01,
so Pleasure Island
02.
was like the area by where the boathouse
And it was a
is,
big,
right?
it looked like a world. It was a big blue ball. We called it the big blue ball of hell.
That was 96 to 08, so that would have still been there.
Yep. It's still, Plain Hollywood's still there.
No, I'm saying Pleasure Island was still a part of D Springs when you worked there. We went to
Yeah,
Planet Hollywood.
Mannequins was still there.
We went to Planet Hollywood, Planet Hollywood about a year ago. It was good.
Did you go to
It was good.
Mannequins?
I don't even know what that is.
It was the nightclub in Pleasure Island that had the floor that's rotated.
I had never been to Disney before 2015
Oh, okay.
in my life.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it was gone. Anyway,
Very gone.
so when we worked at Planet Hollywood, I came to the realization Friday nights, one of my top servers would jump in and take the running shift, which Expo, he'd run the food out to the tables. And by the end of the night, he'd walk away with a trash bag full of cash because he would get tipped out from everybody. And
Yeah.
he'd make anywhere between $700 and $1,200 on just one night running food.
Yep.
And I was just like, I make $40,000 a year, and you made $1,000 in one night. I go,
And
how
you
much?
probably
You
work
make?
4 nights a week, so you make 200K.
Yep. Here's the great thing: he got taxed at about 90,000, and everything else. He never even claimed it.
So he's in, and plus it's Florida, no state income tax. So he's making 90K on paper with a 25% tax rate. So he's paying 23 grand in taxes, and he's making 110 in cash, bro.
Yep.
So that's the equivalent So of 200, you're taking home 180. That's the equivalent in Florida of making, I gotta say, about 250.
Back then, not now. Florida's a little different now. Back in 1990, I mean in
Well, it was a
2001.
lot more cash tips back then.
And it was really funny because
But 700 to 1,200 bucks back then is like 2 to 3 grand now.
exactly. It was
It's a ton
it
of
was like
money, dude.
three months rent,
Yeah.
and it was that was when I came to the realization I don't want to be a manager. I'm gonna go. I never did serve. I shouldn't say that.
I think
I've
about it
worked.
sometimes and I'm like, dude, if you could get in,
I bartended more than anything else. And
if you were a server at any fancy restaurant in Disney Springs or Disney, you're pretty much busy all the time, all year.
yep,
It's $100 a plate.
9/11 did not impact them. So I
No.
was working when 9/11 happened. I was working at the Marriott, the airport Marriott, and I'll
Yeah.
never forget. We had been at our average. We were about 80% occupancy. There were sometimes we were less, sometimes more, but average we were about 80% occupancy. That was a pretty busy hotel. It was a convention hotel, and my restaurant was
Was
always
that the World Center one? The World Center one you worked at?
no. This is the one right by the airport, but behind Fridays and all that. When you're pulling into the airport, it's on off of TG Lee Boulevard.
I don't know. I come in Jeff Fuqua way.
Yeah.
Or I come in
Oh, you go the backside. No, this is
no,
on the north
I
side.
come in from the north, Cimarron.
Yeah, it's off of Cimarron. It's the hotel. If you're driving into the
Oh,
airport on
yeah, okay.
Cimarron, off to your left.
Oh, okay. There's like okay, yeah, I know that area. Yeah.
It's a Marriott. Anyway,
There's a bunch of restaurants and hotels there.
tons of stuff there. No,
Yeah.
we were there, we were the only game for a while. There was a Fridays across the street, and there was a couple, maybe a Hooters or something. I don't
There's
remember.
a Hooters.
Yeah. So when I was there, anyway, 9/11 happens. And I remember looking at occupancy right after 9/11 because everything was shut down. The airports were shut down. Everything was shut down.
Right.
And we were at 3% occupancy. And I'm like,
3?
how are they keeping the lights on? How is this possible?
Well, how long did that last?
They laid us all off pretty fast, actually. There was 7 food and beverage managers and 5 got let go.
Yeah, but how long did the 9/11 tourism like crash last? Like a month?
No, it was a little longer than that.
Like a year?
No. It was a couple months, but they let people go quick at the Marriott. It was bad.
Yeah, I mean it's a corporation.
I mean, it was all right. And actually, the food and beverage director got moved to a different. They sent him to a different state. He was in a different state. They moved him, and they had his assistant stayed there and ran the place, and he was also like running restaurants. It was a crazy time. So I just on a fluke went and down to Disney and said, I'm going to go see if they're hiring at Disney. I mean, Disney seems to be doing okay. 9/11 didn't really impact Disney like some other places got impacted. And Planet Hollywood is hiring, and they were looking for a manager. And the GM and I hit it off, and they hired me on the spot. And I was a floor manager. And it was funny because me and this guy, Big Mike, he's actually the vice president of operations for Top Golf in the Middle East.
In the Middle East?
He started out here. He runs Dubai.
Like Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, he runs Dubai. His home base is Dubai. That's where he lives, and he runs that. And then he has.
What does he make? Like $1.5 million a year?
Dude, I don't know. He's retardedly rich.
Retard loaded?
Retard loaded.
Loaded?
Anyway,
eroded.
Big Mike. His name was Big Mike. Me and him were the same size, 6'2". We were big boys. And the GM used to, during Jumpstart, used to call us the Twin Towers. And he would be like, well, we know Zach and Mike are on the main, so we know the Twin Towers will be crashing pretty soon. Like, you guys suck.
Dude, a little soon.
Yeah. Well, I was there when we got in the Guinness Book of World Records when we did 1 million covers.
1 million covers.
That's people coming through the door eating.
Oh, when you hit that.
Yeah. The cover
that place isn't nearly as busy anymore. Like you can
No. But they opened the restaurant at 10
it's actually
a.m.
it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, their food's really good. Actually,
it's actually like they have decent food.
Yeah. Did you ever try their deep fried lasagna?
I don't think so, but they have good chicken.
It's ridiculous. Well, we'd eat something new every night because we try the food. We do a sample, do a sampler, and anyway, so me and Big Mike would run the floor, and we did the day we did a million covers was the most ridiculous thing ever. I mean, we were open at 10 a.m. and didn't close till there was a line out the door when the last call was hitting still.
Why? Because people were trying to be the 1 millionth.
Yep, they wanted to be in there for the Guinness Book of World Records. They wanted to be part of it. It was crazy. And then there was another night we lost the computer system and everything had to be done by hand.
Oh,
And
nice.
we had to do counts. Everybody were given pre-printed tickets. Everybody had to handwrite tickets. They had to match receipts. It was they called it a crash kit. It was more like a nightmare kit. It was horrible. I didn't get out of it.
Terrible.
Terrible. I didn't get out there 6 a.m.
Wow.
And the restaurant closed at, I don't know, what's the last call, 2:00, 1:30? I don't remember.
Oh, I honestly don't even know for it.
I think
It's not the
I think
same anymore. Nothing's open here anymore past 11 o'clock.
I don't know. We went to House of Blues for that concert a while back. Me
Well,
and
that's a little different. That'll go later. But what time did you get out of that?
we left early because we're old and we were tired. Actually, who am I kidding? Lorianne was old and tired.
But Disney Springs, when it was downtown Disney and Pleasure Island, used to be open until 2 a.m. on a lot of nights.
Pleasure Island was always open till 2.
So Disney Springs is never open later than 11 since COVID.
Really?
Really. Before COVID, when we went, before we even lived here, there were nights 12 a.m., 1 a.m. People would just stay forever. Now everything by 11 is closed, and it will never go back. I guarantee you that. They don't. Disney's weird. They want to make a ton of money off booze, but they don't want to deal with the problem. So
Right.
they try to get people day drinking drunk.
Well, just drink
That's
around the
why
world.
Epcot is what it
Go to
is. You
Epcot, drink
can't
around
like
the world.
Epcot used to be open, bro, like midnight, man. Magic Kingdom 1, 2 a.m. all the time. Epcot never, ever, 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 ever stays open past 9 anymore.
So downtown Disney used to be called Pleasure Island, as you know, and there was a couple
Right.
good bars in there. A lot of fun spots, but there was this one place called Mannequins, and it was
Yep.
the New York style nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
And the dance floor used to rotate real nice and slow. It would just nice and slow, right? And it was the funniest thing to just sit in there and watch drunk people trying to get on and off, like to navigate it. It was just, people were just biting it all the time. It was hilarious.
That's funny.
And then they had a,
Well, they had a bunch of bars connected, right? That was the whole thing. Like everything was kind of all by each other.
yes, they were all they weren't connected. Like you couldn't walk from one bar to the next. You had to walk outside to go to the other ones.
Right, but like now if you go to Disney Springs,
It's all stores. It's like it's going
right, but
through
like
the
if you're
recall.
walking it from the House of Blues towards the main area where the Coke place is, where Planet Hollywood, and you take a left and go across that bridge to where
Pleasure
the
Island used to be.
boathouse and the paddlefish, the big riverboat is. That's where Pleasure Island used to be in that area, right?
No, where
Yes.
the balloon is.
That's okay. That's the same sort of.
Sort of the bridge, wherever the bridge is. It's all like
It
shops
has to be.
now.
It can't be because there's no buildings right where the balloon is.
Well, they changed the whole place.
Yeah, well, they didn't bulldoze
They did.
buildings.
They got rid of a lot of stuff. It's really like Planet Hollywood doesn't look the same anymore. It's a building now.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess when they created a lot of that new where the House of Blues is, they redid
Do you
that
know where
whole
the
area.
Harley shop is? And
Is
then
the
there's a
Harley?
nice fancy. There's kind of a fancy restaurant there.
That's all. That's all. That was all done in like 2015 or so. That's only
Right.
10 years
That's
old.
where Pleasure Island was. That's where all the bars were.
Oh, okay. Because
They had the
that's
dueling
weird. That must
pianos
have been
there.
sitting idle for 6 or 7 years.
They had the dueling pianos there. They had the country
So
bar,
that whole
cowboy
area
bar.
must have been nothing for a period of 6 or 7 years. Because
I don't
Pleasure
know.
Island closed in 08, and that new it's kind of the posh district now,
Yeah.
the Rodeo Drive version of Disney Springs. That
Yeah.
didn't open until like 2015 or 2014, I think.
You had to cut through. You know where the Irish bar is, the Irish
Yep.
restaurant,
Raglan Road.
which is behind Planet Hollywood. That was like on the way to Pleasure Island. There's a bridge there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
That makes sense because
Pleasure
that was
Island was on the
nothing for
lake.
like 5, 6, 7 years.
So there was like a outdoor concert venue right there. Then they had a DJ booth. He was like the radio broadcaster. He's like downtown Pleasure Island. He was the radio guy, and
Yeah.
it played pipe music through. And then they had all the different nightclubs there. There was a comedy club. There was a dueling piano. No, dueling piano's on the boardwalk.
We got to go to D Springs, dude.
Yeah, I like it. It
We got
does.
to go.
What's your favorite restaurant down there?
To be completely honest with you, it might be Raglan Road, the Irish bar.
Yeah.
Because they have actually a really good pie and steak. And like Disney Springs has a lot of good restaurants, but not a lot of great restaurants. And they're priced like fancy restaurants. So like if you go to the Boathouse, that's the one with the big deck outside where they launch the it's good. It's good. It's good. We go there
We had a baked
probably
Alaska
twice
there
a
one
year.
time.
Huh?
We had a baked Alaskan one there one time.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
But you're gonna pay 50, $60 a head, and it's not great. It's 4
Right.
out of 5.
It's Disney.
Right. But like same with paddlefish, like it's good, but it's very expensive.
I don't know that there's a restaurant in Disney that just blows my mind.
What's that?
I don't know that there's a restaurant in Disney that just blows my mind.
I would say for me, if you go to the Polynesian and you eat at a place called Ohana, where it's like family style, all you can eat, like Hawaiian type of grub with the wings, and that's pretty blow your mind because you can
Really?
watch the fireworks show.
No, I'm talking about food wise.
Yeah, I would say Ohana or Boma, the African buffet at Animal Kingdom Lodge is pretty freaking great.
There was a place in
Oh, the Yachtsman Steakhouse at Beach Yacht and Beach Club.
Well, I've eaten in the
Believe
Yacht
it.
and Beach Club.
The Yachtsman Steakhouse, you can get a fillet. Like if you go to Capitol Grill or Eddie V's or STK, an 8-ounce fillet is like $90, bro. It's insane.
Right.
You go to the Yachtsman, you get an 8-ounce fillet for like $48, and it's better. It's great. So I would say the Yachtsman is very, very, very good.
There was a place at Disney Boardwalk called Portobello's.
Yeah, you talking about, okay, yeah. Was that by ESPN Zone? Kind
No,
of.
it was down towards Atlantic Dance Hall.
Oh, okay,
It was
okay.
between.
Yeah,
It was
there's
between the two. It was about in
that
the
side
middle.
doesn't have restaurants anymore.
There is the piano bar still there? The dueling piano.
They're redoing it, but I believe it is. Same with the dance hall. They shut down the piano bar to like redo it, and they're gonna it's not gonna be called Jelly Rolls anymore.
That was a
And
fun
then
place.
they're redoing the Atlantic Dance Hall too, I think, later.
If you want my truthful opinion, I prefer if I'm going to go eat somewhere in a big touristy area, City Walk. I'd rather go to Margaritaville.
I don't agree with you.
I love their hamburgers, the best burgers.
Yeah, but
NBA City
Margaritaville is a commodity, though, dude.
NBA City used to have some good food. They're gone.
Yeah. No, City Walk does not have that good. City Walk, it's about half the price of Disney Springs. That's fantastic.
Yeah, right.
There's Bubba Gump, which isn't bad. It's greasy, but like
I ate a Bubba Gump in Daytona.
they're okay now. They're making a comeback.
Yeah, they had one in Daytona. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah, it was at Daytona Beach.
I'm sure it is. Oh, okay, City Walk. Okay, City Walk, the other side of the lake, close to where the entrance is to Islands of Adventure. There's a place called the Chocolate Emporium.
Yes. Oh, I gotta send you a picture of me and Lorianne. We were drinking this big milkshake there.
Yes, the Chocolate Emporium has very, very, very good food, incredible milkshakes for a very good price. I would say that
chocolate
place
better than Giordano's.
Giordano's Pizza.
No, the what's the G place in Disney?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, it's the easiest name ever.
It's not Giordano's. It's Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would say the Chocolate Emporium. Did you eat dinner too, or just get the shakes?
No, we ate dinner at Margaritaville.
Go eat dinner at Chocolate Emporium. You can get some really.
Do we eat dinner?
Like they have pretty unique food for like really normal prices for huge portions, and it's really good. It's kind of loud and dark, but I love the chocolate. I would. That's probably the only place I would like to eat there.
Would
And
you,
I've eaten at.
did you ever eat at Hard Rock?
Yeah, I hated it.
Oh,
Disgusting,
I
bro.
like Hard Rock.
No, man, I don't like the Hard Rock.
And then here, speaking of Hard Rock, you were talking about going into Chicago for food to go to the cheesecake. My
Yeah,
dad was a school teacher, and
Chicago is the best food in the world.
my dad taught business law, and we'll go back to that silly comment you just made.
It's not. I've been around the world. It has such good food.
So
I have eaten at over 90 restaurants in Chicago alone. I'm not kidding you.
my dad would take his students to the New York Stock Exchange, and they got to ring the bell and all that stuff. And
In New York City.
yes, and then for lunch he would take them all to the Hard Rock because he had to go get a pulled pork sandwich from the Hard Rock. That was his favorite thing in the world.
Stuff's
He loved it.
changed,
Now
though,
that was
man.
back in the 70s
That's
and
back when
80s.
you had to have good food to be a good restaurant. Now you just have to be a brand.
And look, I can't argue with you about Chicago being the best food. I've never really eaten there other than the one or two times I was there. I like a good Chicago dog. I don't mind their pizza. The big pizza is it's a treat. It's not something I'd get all the time. I'd rather get
New
thin
York
crust.
probably has better food than Chicago, but it's also 3 times the price.
But you got to find the out of the way little Italy hole in the wall mom pop Italian
Absolutely,
restaurant,
but they exist in those cities.
or you go to Chinatown and oh my gosh,
I've been there.
The Chinese food is so good.
You can't even walk to Chinatown in Chicago anymore, though, so that's the problem.
Oh really?
No, it's just a freaking like, who wants to shoot me on the way here? I don't
um
even go there anymore.
and I mean I do enjoy I do like
Same with
down
Chinatown in New York. You can't even walk over there. You go through Soho, and then you get up to Chinatown, and then like you get just out of Chinatown, and then you get shot before you come back to Soho.
so there's a place in the Bowery, which is in Manhattan, called Katz's Deli.
Oh yeah. Katz's, yep,
Their
the best ever.
pastrami's the best.
Yes, well
But
they're also world famous.
we got a place in Jersey called Harold's New York Deli, which is so the guy he used to run Carnegie Deli, which was Katz's competitor, and then he started Harold's in Jersey. And dude, he's the one who serves like a 5-pound. I mean, the sandwiches are just insane.
Yeah, no, those are good. Those are great.
Yeah,
But
I anytime I go back to Jersey, if I have time, I'm going to Harold's.
I'm going to just say, from a taste standpoint, I mean, if you go anywhere in the world, you're going to eat food that makes you feel better than anywhere in the United States because it just doesn't have the preservatives.
Right.
If you eat at a Michelin star French restaurant, they're going to give you taste in front of your face the size of a quarter that you never knew existed.
And you mean in France?
Yeah.
What about have you ever
But
been
if you go to Chicago, there's going to be some of the best tasting food and chefs that you've ever. Like, we had fish tacos at Trump Tower in Chicago at the Terrace.
right?
Bro, they were better than Key West. I'm not even kidding you. They were so freaking good. It was unbelievable. It's like, are we really eating fish tacos at the Terrace at Trump Tower here? Yeah.
Greatest shrimp taco ever. Best
And they
shrimp
were like
taco in
maybe
the world.
$16. It wasn't like make you broke.
It's quite
It's
a
like the same price as McDonald's now.
huge bargain. Great bargain.
It was huge.
Huge.
It was
Great shrimp
massive. It
taco.
was the best in the
Best
world. It was
taco in the
something
world.
like nothing ever eaten
Huge.
before.
Bigly. The sauce was bigly. No, there was this place we used to go to this restaurant. So I worked at a car dealership up in Jersey many years ago. And we used to go to no, I wasn't even at a car dealer. I don't know. Where was I working? Anyway, we went for a Christmas party to this Italian restaurant in Trenton. You got to go through the rough part of Trenton, and then you get to their Little Italy, which is called Chambersburg or the Berg. And it was the Berg. And it was literally like you walked into somebody's house down into the basement, and there was a restaurant, and grandma was in the back.
Best.
Grandma was in the back cooking. The chicken parmesan I got, the breast was like I'm like, what is this thing on steroids? Holy cow! So, oh my gosh! And they cooked everything in olive oil. So after you got done eating, you were recycling pretty quickly because olive
Mm-hmm.
oil flushes you out real fast.
Oh God, flushes you right out, bro.
But it was so good. Oh my gosh, love it. And well, here's the sad thing. I said this to my mom the other day. I said, Mom, all these years we've been cooking with olive oil, and I know you're Italian. And look, I drink a tablespoon of olive oil every day. Now we buy very expensive olive oil. You have to have that has a lot of, I forget what it's called. It starts with a pH, phenom, something or whatever.
MCTs, medium chain triglycerides.
No, it's
Yeah.
what's in olive oil, but olive oil.
MCTs,
It has
omega
to
threes and nines.
it has to burn to be good olive oil. Anyway, I
Uh,
take a tablespoon of it every day. But anyway, I said to my mom, I said, you realize all these years making chicken parm, eggplant, and all that other stuff cooking in olive oil was wrong. And she was like, what? I go, you're not supposed to get olive oil hot because it has a breaking point and then it goes rancid. She goes, who told you that? She goes, I don't know any Italian in America in the world that wouldn't cook in olive oil. You're wrong. It's like, all right. She's like, so
hey,
what would you cook chicken parm in? I was like, avocado oil. It doesn't break. She's like, I'm going to disown you. I'm disowning you.
hey, can you see if you can change the view on Riverside between instead of side by side to the grid where it just shows the speaker?
I don't know. Let me look.
Because I'm watching like the feed and stuff, and I don't know, it just doesn't. I don't think it's as professional. Like any good podcast I ever watch, it only shows the speaker when they're speaking. Can't you do that?
I did. I'm waiting for it to switch.
Oh, it's not doing it.
Let's see if it'll do it.
You're waiting
There
for it
it is.
on Rivers. Oh yeah, here we go.
Bada
Right.
bing. Bada bing.
Hold on.
I I don't see me on the screen on my screen because it won't show me, but let's see if it does it live when it switches over.
Right now it's showing me. Yes, perfect,
Okay.
perfect, perfect.
There we go.
So I'm gonna hop off soon, dude. By the way,
I know.
but
I mean, we've been on live for an hour and 23 minutes, and I'm sure people, if they are clicking on, they're just like, what are these idiots doing?
um,
We're doing what we do best.
shout out to Mr. Coates. You got your boy Chris on here.
Did he pop on?
I don't know. He's popping. Chris, you're popping on my text, man. He's talking shit.
Of course he is.
I'm just kidding. Chris is sick, man. So
We need to have him
everybody
back. We need to have him back on the show. Chris, get better so you can be back on the show.
get better, dude, now, or else Zach will
Although,
sit on you.
I rewatched that show we did with him, and he was like the evil Dark Lord from Star Wars, sitting in his dark room. He's all like,
Yeah, Chris. Okay, so Chris, let's
get
see if
some
we can.
lights.
Here he is. So, you have to get like you see my lighting now, how it's different, like it's a little bit brighter. I got a big
You realize your spit screen covers your whole face.
Yeah, I know, because I'm trying to figure out how to like get it to talk with good quality, and I
You
feel like
don't.
if
You
I'm
don't.
away
But
from,
you
doesn't
have
my echo kind of increase if I'm way over here?
no, but you don't need the spit screen because you have the covering over the microphone.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm really paranoid about echo now.
No, but you know what the spit screen's for, so you don't pop your peas.
What's a pop your pee?
Slipped. People will
Well,
pop
you
their
know what, hey,
peas.
Zach,
I mean, I went to school,
I
so I
have
know
a
how to
spit
speak.
screen, so I'm gonna use one.
Well, use it. I have a spit screen. I don't use it.
But I don't understand anything, so I think it's still cool. I'd probably take it off in a week.
Okay. I was just saying we didn't get to see your lovely face because you were hiding behind your spit screen. Chris is Chris is probably texting and fag.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have
He's
to have
mocking
him
you.
back on. I think there's been a couple guests that I would like to. I hate to use the word recycle. That's not bad. I'd like to bring them
No,
back
no.
on.
Revisit.
Revisit. That's the word. I couldn't. Why didn't I think of that word?
Well, Chris should be coming on with us live here and
Well,
there.
we
It'd be
need to do
fun.
another show with Pastor Joe once we get the Pastor Joe show up.
Does he want to do another one? Did he
Yes,
enjoy it?
he was actually he asked about you last night. He's like, "Where's Derek?" I said, "We're in church, so I can't use the language I want to use."
What the language you want to use?
Yeah, I was gonna tell him you were a little punk bitch hanging out at home.
Yeah,
I know you
yeah.
were working.
I mean,
You were
I'll take it.
working. You were working. Look,
Now, just kind of tunnel vision. Like I got
I got it.
anniversary and money problems. So
I got it. I got it. I told him he's fine. No, he was just checking up on you.
plus, if I would have been there till midnight with you, bro, oh my god,
You didn't have to stay till midnight,
that's true.
but you would have met Bobby.
I'll meet him.
You will. You'll love him.
When's the next Sunday night one?
This Sunday.
This week? Okay, just
Yeah.
remind me. I like to come back.
Okay.
Um,
Joe, I was talking to him today and he asked about you because he did because I was being goofy when I told him that's like he's being a crybaby staying at home. No, he asked how you were.
Chris
And
said my volume is great, but he can hardly hear you. So turn your volume up on your mic a little bit.
turn my volume up.
There you go.
All right. It's probably because I'm talking deep. But anyway, he asked. I was telling him that you're working really hard trying to get the business turned around, a bunch of things going on, and blah 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 blah. And he said, "Tell Derek, just give me 1 hour a week. Just come Sunday morning or something. Just come." And then he said, "You know what? He doesn't even have to come to church." He goes, "He's got a."
Did you tell Joe I watch his live streams?
Yeah. He knows.
So do my parents, dude. My parents watch that for their church now.
That's awesome. So they know who my wife is.
What?
They know who my wife is now. Your parents? Do you tell them about the lovely LA?
I don't know because they'll just text me randomly and be like, "Yeah, this was cool about this." So I don't know. I haven't like had an in depth. Other
Oh,
than I
okay.
just told them I would, hey, hey, I was coming here, but
Oh, okay. Okay.
I know they do.
The beautiful Lorianne, the tithe pastor extraordinaire.
Yeah,
The
she's the
giving.
one that comes. Lorianne comes up and demands the gifts.
Did you hear her this week?
No, I don't think so. I think this week I
She
think I
said,
was
"Zach,
so
lock the door
behind.
and have your Glock ready because we're taking people's money today." She didn't say that.
This week I wasn't at the store, so I did start watching it, but not till like a half hour later, and I rewound it to where Joe started, and then I just watched the main message.
So he's doing and you can ask Lorianne about this because she knows it really, really well.
Yeah.
It's once a week for a couple months, and it's a really in-depth study, and I can't. Why, for the life of me, am I forgetting what it's called? Oh, I need to be fired. Anyway, it'll come to me.
You're
But
fired from your own show.
I am.
Plus, I'm going to talk shit about you too.
Someone did talk shit about me.
Well, I'm gonna join.
Oh, well, I can give you his number. I don't have his
join
number.
the hater brigade.
The hater. I'll be bringing some haterade for y'all because our show sucks.
No,
we stole it.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, back to what we were originally. Let's circle back. Let's Jen Psaki circle back style.
Does she still say that on her MSNBC disaster?
I would answer you, but I don't watch it, nor does anyone else, so I couldn't tell you anymore.
That's why she got canceled, and then they started a second
to that
show.
For 2 years, as were you. I'm pretty good for life with that phrase.
She got canceled, and they started a second show already
on the same network.
Yes, MSNBC.
How do you get canceled from your network and start a new show on your network,
bro? First of all, I don't care if it's Fox News. I don't care who it is. I think they're all going under because people are starting to realize that it's garbage.
Just go on YouTube, your homepage, and then look at what the podcasters get for views, like Joe Rogan, this and that. One day ago, 550K views so far. Same with Theo, same with Candace, same with all these people. And then look at MSNBC and CBS, Trump makes outrageous claim one day ago, 50,000 views. It's right. They're not even, mainstream's not getting the same digital tune in as the smaller channels anymore, which I think is cool because the rest of the world is, hi, do you work? Yes. Do you work for Amazon or are you unemployed? The rest of the world is condensing where small companies can't survive. And the media world is fragmenting, which is awesome. I love that because there's competition, there's decentralization, there's independent messaging. There's just so much going on where you can actually get a real opinion that's not like uberly biased, you know. Um, so I think that's cool. But what you were going to say is there's some guests we need to revisit, we need to have on
There it
for a
is.
follow up.
Lorianne just texted me. What it's called, Foundations. Sorry, I can't.
Foundations.
Yeah, Foundations.
All right, Lorianne.
I think you would really appreciate it.
Is she watching us?
No, I texted her and said, "What's that thing Joe does that you've been to 17 times?" And she's like, "Foundations."
She's not even watching. Come on, no
She's sleeping.
support
She's
here.
probably sleeping.
But you can
She
watch when
doesn't
you.
feel good.
Well, at least put it on. And just
Right?
pretend like you. I'm just kidding.
Pretend like you're a fan of your husband or something. Good Lord. Watching. I'm gonna get a text because she probably is watching.
you
She'd be
jerk.
like, "I am your fan, Cheergoff."
So we need to have Chris back. We need to have Ross back. We need to have
Hey, we should
Mark
get
back.
Dr. Greg back.
That would be cool.
I like Dr. Greg. He was a good guy. How about I think I would like to talk to Abby again. And my buddy Dr. Dan.
Okay.
Like I told
they
you,
might want their own show.
I thought it would be awesome. Abby does have her own show. That's why I said
No, they might want their own time if we have them.
Oh, we could do that too. I don't care.
Yeah.
I think Abby has a lot, but I think she does her own show, and I think it's doing pretty well. I'll have to get her on here.
Sweet.
But
my friend Mike, we're gonna have on Mike Schemer.
Okay, and then I just told you my friend Brooke Bell is going to come on,
but not this week, right?
She was supposed to this week, but she had an emergency come up, and she's a darling. She's a sweetheart. I was talking to her on the phone yesterday for a while. She's a great chick.
If there's anyone else who wants to do tomorrow last minute, I'd be willing to do it too. Thursday I won't be here.
I was going to say Thursday I can't be here either. I got an appointment because you told me you weren't going to be here.
Yeah, but tomorrow, even last minute, I'll do something. Friday, that's fine. And then see if you can lock down Brooke for next week, and then maybe I'll have Mike on the following, and then we can start. Then we can do either a couple revisits, or then I can start some LinkedIn outreach because I have a lot of people I follow that they're not like A-list celebrities, but they're pretty well known, and that I know they want to be on shows to promote their stuff, their books, their keynote speakers, their coaches. So they're actually relatively well-known people, between 50 and 100,000 followers. So once we get to that, like 3 weeks from now, I could start filling that calendar too. So just got to start looking ahead a little bit more.
I'd like to get what's her name on here too.
Who's
your girlfriend?
Natasha?
Yeah.
She might be a little busy, bro.
She might be expensive.
She's a little big for us. Well, I thought we were gonna get the comedian.
I got to save up my dough for that.
I thought he would do 30 minutes for free.
I need a more than 30 minutes.
Well, we can start with 30 minutes, and then we can. There's some people on Podstars too that are.
Yeah, we need to look. We need to look through that. We could interview.
I looked through all of them. There's probably.
Did you see China's on there? The WWE wrestler.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to have a little bit bigger of an audience before we start those.
Right.
Just because,
although I still want to get Adam Shubley on, and I would love to get Mark back on, but he's in Spain right now.
Why don't you send me like a 6-week out dream schedule?
Okay.
And then if you have any weeks you want me to fill, just say Derek, and then let's start getting way ahead on that. Because I don't want to forget people either or twiddle my fingers.
Do you watch Theo Vaughn?
Yeah. Not like religiously every one, but yeah, I do.
I was watching him the other day. He says some ridiculous stuff. It's hilarious.
That's why he's...
I know, that's why he is who he is. He's great. I mean, he's hilarious. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm like, wow, he's hilarious. He's
that kid in your high school class who you thought was so stupid for asking the dumbest questions that you wish you had the balls to ask, but you thought you didn't want to look dumb.
That was me.
And then he ends up getting a master's degree making $200K.
That was me. I didn't get a master's degree making $200K,
but you know what I mean.
I got my doctorate in BS.
And Theo got his, star on the Walk of Fame. So
he was a Christian singer for a while.
He was everything for a while.
Yeah.
He was in a cult. He was on road rules.
Who sits and does an interview with the president of the United States and talks about how he used to do cocaine?
I saw that short. You
I'm like,
probably saw that
what?
on our channel too.
I'm like, what? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that was a short that came upon our channel's recommendations.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. If I'm going to interview President Trump, I mean, I'm going to be myself. I'll probably be a little nervous because his mind goes so fast. I don't know how I could keep up with him. But I'm not going to talk about when I didn't do cocaine, but I mean, I'm not going to.
But for it to be an engaging, you'd want to come in with an outline, but you'd want it to go where it goes.
Right, you let him. Well, he's gonna run the show. I
Well,
mean,
if
that's
you let him just go where it goes, it's going to go the same as any speech he does. So you obviously want to have some type of guidance, but because you don't want it to be the same as every single other video out there. But yeah, I'd love to have him on. It'd be amazing.
going on the best podcast ever. It's a no brainer. Bigly podcast.
All right, man. I'm gonna eat and walk and do all that stuff.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. I told you I got accepted. I passed my audition.
Yes. So when is your job?
I have to go through 3 weeks of intense training with them, and then things happen.
And pay them $1 bajillion?
No.
Cool.
No, one of the things they're working on with me, and I know it. And I did really well with the audition and my reads, but he says I still have a little radio-esque tendency that I need to break. And so we did some cool stuff where we basically how you and I are just talking, but I would read a script, but it was a conversational instead of reading it as a commercial. Because that's the problem. They don't want to have that radio announcer commercial guy doing documentaries on this.
No, even like when you start our show, I don't think you want to do that.
Start what show?
Our show, like like the radio-esque thing.
Oh, I say hello world.
Yeah, but you do it radio-esque, like you do sound like a radio DJ. You are no longer
Okay,
a
I'll be
radio
like, hello
DJ.
guys, what's going on? Thanks for watching the show.
You're now a pod star.
Pod star. Well, I knew I was some kind of star.
All right, dude.
All right, bro. Let's do this again. Hopefully tomorrow. If not, next week we will have.
Yes.
Hey guys, if anybody's out there watching us, I appreciate it. We love you. We love the fact that it's just a no-brainer. And until next time, peace.
Peace out.